welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that one of you requested, micro weddings and elopements. I'm going to be walking you through how to plan a micro wedding or elopement, and I'm going to be sharing a budget-friendly and a luxury option for each of these steps. And in these steps, I will cover some of the things that are often forgotten about or overlooked when planning a micro wedding or elopement. So the very first step for planning a micro wedding or elopement is to find an elopement photographer. If you're doing an elopement, only the photographer's availability is going to matter. But if you are doing a micro wedding, that might mean that there's some really important people for you to have there. And so check some available dates with the guests that you would want to have there and send those options to a photographer. It's really important that, especially for an elopement, you find a photographer who specializes in doing elopements. They will have the skills, experience, and even location suggestions to help you plan all the different aspects of the day. So the budget-friendly option is to hire a photographer for 2 to 4 hours. Then you can cover your first look or some vows and some portraits afterward. For the luxury option, you can hire a photographer to be with you for the full day. So for your elopement, this could mean covering your getting ready, ceremony, portraits, and then doing an excursion afterwards, whether it be a hike or going bowling, like whatever would interest the two of you and be fun to get some photos of and a great experience, you could have your photographer there for the full time. Or if it's a micro wedding, your photographer can tag along for that celebration time afterwards and capture you interacting with your key people that are there with you to celebrate. The second step for your elopement or micro wedding is to find a beautiful location. So one of the best things about planning a micro wedding or an elopement is that you have endless options of where you can get married. Anywhere from the courthouse to a beautiful park or nature preserve or even an art museum are all available to you and often only come with a small fee to do your wedding there. Some of my favorites have included a micro wedding where the guests drove to the top of an overlook at the mountain and we did the ceremony and photos there. Another great thing that I really enjoyed was taking a couple to a local art museum, and they only had to pay $100 for us to have access for like over an hour there. So the locations and opportunities for photos and a beautiful environment are endless. So do your research, reach out to places that you may not even think of conventionally doing in a micro wedding or elopement. What would be your dream ceremony location? Let me know in the comments. So the budget-friendly option is to go with one of those either outdoor locations or one that you only have to pay a small fee for. Even a local garden may allow you to come and perform your ceremony there. A more luxury option could be to rent an Airbnb or a place in a scenic location. This would allow you to have a space to stay and for your guests if some of them are traveling to your micro wedding, or if you're doing an elopement, a place for the two of you to stay. You could even book it at the place where you want to have your honeymoon afterward. And the best thing about this option is it would give you indoor backup plan if the weather doesn't go your way. So pick a place with some beautiful windows or a really nice covered porch, something that can give you some alternative ideas if the weather isn't ideal. And this next step is more specific to micro weddings if it's going to be more than just the two of you. But in terms of a micro wedding, you're also going to want to figure out food. A more budget-friendly option would be to go to a restaurant. If you can call ahead and reserve a room or at least a big table for those key guests that you're going to have there, it's a great way to celebrate afterwards and feed everyone. If you're looking for a more luxury option, you can hire a caterer and even a pop-up wedding or rental that can set up some tables and chairs for you, either at the Airbnb or location that you choose, or even set up a tent if you're doing it in your backyard. So here's one tip that I don't want you to miss in terms of planning your micro wedding and elopement. One thing that a lot of people forget about when it comes to micro weddings or elopements is music. Music adds such a great ambiance to the day, whether it's just going to be you and your partner or whether you're going to have a few guests there to celebrate. Adding a little music is so special. And so a budget-friendly option is just to bring a portable speaker with some songs downloaded, whether it be to play in the background during your vows or to play during your dinner time. It can be so nice to just have a little ambiance added to the day. A more luxury option that's really beautiful for micro weddings is to hire a solo musician for half an hour to an hour. That is such a beautiful way to add to the ambiance and create that luxury feeling even while you only have a few guests there. Now, the great thing with micro weddings and elopements is that you're already going to have an incredible background for wherever you're getting married. But I would recommend adding just a touch of florals. Just a little floral arrangement can make a huge added touch. A budget-friendly option for this would be to find a fake floral bouquet on Etsy or some fake florals to put in a makeshift aisle if you're walking down for your micro wedding. You could even pick up a bouquet from the grocery store on the day of. A luxury option would be to find a florist with a la carte options so that you could get a nice floral arrangement for your bouquet, a boutonniere, or even some florals for the table. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't do when they're planning a micro wedding or elopement is make a solid timeline. A lot of times people are thinking, well, it's just gonna be the two of us or just a few family or friends. We don't really need to have a very structured timeline. We just wanna be like in the moment, right? And yes, you want to be in the moment, and that's why you plan a timeline. A timeline is not so that you feel like you have to rush through the day, but actually so that you can be more intentional about enjoying each of those moments and knowing that the people that are supposed to be there will be there at that right time with you. So don't neglect to make a timeline. It will be worth it so that you can enjoy every moment and not feel like it goes by too fast. Micro weddings and elopements give you so much flexibility in terms of planning. They really allow you to get creative and do things that weddings with a ton of guests would not be able to try. One idea that I would really love to see is having a couple do their elopement with a photographer and a videographer that can offer a same-day edit. Then the next day, you can get together with your family and friends and show them the video of you two performing your ceremony. That would be a great way for you to have a scenic location, a really chill day with just the two of you, but then a celebration the next day with the people that you love. So let me know if that sounds like a good idea to you. I think it would be really fun and a great way to get the best of both worlds if you're debating between an elopement or a micro wedding. If you have any specific questions about micro weddings and elopements, please let me know in the comments. I would love to help for any of your specific needs. Like and subscribe for more wedding content in the future. I share videos every Friday to help you as you plan your dream day. And if you enjoyed this video, here's another one I think you'll like.